All right, here we are in a beautiful Lake Havasu City morning looking at a very nice and historic 32 Ford. This car is a 32 Ford Cabriolet. It was originally built by Dick Magoo. It's a Magoo built street rod. We're going to walk around and cover the car. If you want to learn more about Dick Magoo or Magoo built street rods, go to spudsgarage.com. We'll cover a lot. It is a historic car. It remains pretty much how it was built, other than a few updates over the years like powertrain. We'll cover that as we walk around here and throughout this video. It is an all Henry steel body, Briggs body. It's a beautiful body. The paint on the car is much of what Dick finished years ago. The interior is done by Lois. It's a very special car. Do a little walk around here and kind of give you a good feel of the car. It has very light patina and age. It's remained in the hands of a few folks over the years. It was called the Chip car. It was built for a California highway patrolman by Dick originally. At one point, Dick Razik from Cool Tools owned it. This current gentleman, it's part of an estate now, has owned it for several years, and it's been protected. There is a huge file that goes with this car. And we will cover that more throughout the end of the video here. I try and cram too much into my brain as I go along here, but currently under the hood is a ZZ4 350. It originally had a Target Master 350 V8, but has a 350 V8 turbo 400 transmission. It has a Ford 9-inch rear differential. It has heat and air conditioning. Several upgrades were done in the 90s on the car. I'll refer to a cheat sheet here that I have. In the 90s, it has ZZ4 350 V8 high mount water pump installed. It's got the only set of Kirker long tube headers ever produced on it. It's a custom exhaust system. We do cover the undercarriage here for you. Cabriolet's nice because the windows roll up. Makes for a nice ride. Again, it has very light patina from over in the years. I have verified the build of this car with the builder's son. Early on, I've sold this car. This is to be the second time. So I know it very, very, very well. It would not be going, but it is part of an estate. They just have too many cars now. And one of them's got to go, and this is one of the beauties that's got to go. I come up with some pretty nice cars, and I try and stay in touch with the very special cars. This is one of those cars. Doors shut nice. Cowl lights or turn signals on them, or actually turn signals. I believe the gauges have been updated at one time. This top is original to the car. The finish is unbelievable. It has a power deck lid. We'll actually show you inside the trunk here. Dick Magoo built cars that you could drive, and this car has been driving for years, and it's held up extremely well. The body's just spectacular. You know, you'll find little tiny flaws from over the years where it's settled a little bit. There's a little tiny spot right there. You might find a tiny little chip here or there. That's a piece of dust. I'm sure it's had some touch-ups over the years. Historic vehicle license plate. Just a beautiful car. You can see the reflections in it. Here I am standing here with my orange rag in my back pocket. Step back and let you take a look right here. You know, I'm kind of subdued on this one because it's just such a cool car. As you look at it, you just kind of want to lay back and go, wow. Built in the 80s, survived the test of time, historic builder. If you don't know Magoo built street rod, he built Dusari, which won the Grand National Roadster Show. Dusari was a Ford that had the Ferrari engine in it. It was a beautiful car. Set all kind of market trends. We're going to come inside here and kind of give you a closer look inside, but I thought, you know, what I'm going to do is show you how this door shuts. I'm going to step back for a minute. Door shuts nice. The door gaps are beautiful. We're actually going to take it for a test drive here for you and fire it up. But again, you'll find little tiny mark there, little tiny stone chip there, little tiny heel mark there. But it does have light patina and age from the years, but you know what? You wouldn't want to change this car. It's a very historic car. Anyway, we're gonna get inside here, share a better view with you of the interior of the car, and then we'll take it for a drive. Give you a little tour inside and kind of go over the car. All this is all the original upholstery, which kind of gives you an idea. This car's very, very well preserved. Hasn't been driven a lot over the years. You can see the convertible top bow in the back there's finished nicely. All the bows have been, the steel bows have been chrome plated. In the back window here, there is a little storage compartment where you can put umbrellas or hats or that kind of thing. It's time warp, actually ahead of the curve. Hop in here and kind of give you a good feel. Tilt steering column, obviously. Over the years, the gauges have been updated. There's a Kenwood audio system there. This little glove box is kind of nice. You can put things in it. I put the paperwork in I was reading from while I was doing it. There's Kenwood audio speakers. Excuse me. The gauges have been updated to a VDO gauge. We'll fire it up and take a look at those. So I don't know how many miles since it was built, but based on looking at the seats and so on and so forth, the car doesn't have a lot of miles on it. Since they put the VDO gauges in, it's got 1,997 miles at the time of inspection. It's a little low on fuel. I've driven this car. I'm not going to drive it again. I don't want to run out of gas. I barely warmed it up, pulled it out of the garage here. Oil pressure is 60. These ZZ4s, voltmeters, 14 volts. These ZZ4s are extremely fun to drive. A lot of small block horsepower. Anyway, we're thinking you get a good idea of what's inside this beauty. We're going to go ahead and shut her off here. It does have air conditioning, does have heat, everything that you would expect. The car is fully functional to the best of our knowledge. Anyway, I'm thinking you need to get in. Hang on to the end of the video. Go to spudsgarage.com. This is a very historic cabriolet. All right, let's take a look underneath the hood here. Wow. Car remains almost exactly like Magoo had built it, except for the powertrain's been updated over the years. We originally had a Target Master 350 in it. Now it has a very healthy ZZ4 350 V8. Has a high mount water pump right there, which increases the cooling on it. This car is extremely healthy with a ZZ4 350 in it. Very nice low hung alternator there. Does have air conditioning. Kind of go around here. Let's see here. I was looking for other notes that I had here on the engine compartment. Obviously, you see VIN valve covers, cylinder heads, aluminum cylinder heads on a ZZ4 350, polished aluminum intake, matching air filter right there. This has the only set that was ever made of Kirker long tube headers, and the gentleman that previously owned this car that started Kirker, and these exhaust headers were hand built by Dick Razik. Here's the 4-barrel carburetor, MSD ignition, polished billet wire separators, everything's nicely matched. Mini high torque starter. About the best thing you can say about this thing is wow. Obviously AC. It's a cabriolet. It's nice to have AC. You can roll up the windows and enjoy it with your lady or your friend, whatever that may be. Grandkid. I'm thinking we're going to start this girl up here. Give you a little sound of it. I try not to run them too long with the hoods together like that. video of it running here. Sounds great. Walk back here, let you see a little sound, a little reflection off the side of the body. It's cold this morning, sounds great. Just pulled it out of the garage. Woo! Right, we thought we'd take a little run up the road for you here. Woohoo! Best part of my job is taking these cars for a ride. I have my own car show every day. She's still cold. Just now warming up. Beautiful day here in Lake Havasu. It's probably going to be about 80 degrees. Notice the gas gauge is a little low. I'm not going to drive it too much farther. Make sure she shifts and drives. You know we do it. Have a great day. This is a bitchin' car. Hang on. All right, we'll give you a look at the trunk here. Same level of detail as the inside of the car. Very well preserved. This is a spare tire. Well, we're not going to lower it, but that's what you do to lower the spare tire. But this slides down. Kind of give you an idea there. Put this back in there. This is a power deck lid. This is it raises with the power switch underneath the dash on the left hand side. All right, during the video we've mentioned that we had a lot of the original paperwork on this car when Dick Magoo built it. Magoo built street rods, he built cars to drive, so on and so forth. Here's the file on the car. We're going to kind of go over it a little bit. We'll have some of this stuff posted at Spud's Garage. But as we move along here, the car was built for a gentleman named Mr. Chip, who was a California Highway Patrol, I believe. Here's the article. You're going to have it at Spud's Garage. But there's a thick file. Taking this car back over the years, what goes with it, we are personal friends with Dave Magoo, and I can tell you this is one of Dick's cars. This is obviously his car. One of the things that you notice when I walked around in the video, and I covered it when we were doing the interior, this is the original VIN of the car. When they come into Arizona, they're really particular. If you can't, 32 Fords have the fender hidden over the VIN, and if they can't get to it immediately, they put a VIN tag on the door jamb. I would go back to this car if I was a new buyer, and I would bring it back to the original VIN, which is under the fender, I'm sure. 1867261 is the original VIN of this car. It is a 32 chassis. There's the original build sheet. But anyway, we kind of go along here. Brizio did some work on it over the years, you know, limited. I think it was probably repairs and that kind of thing. Dan at Lake Havasu Speed has touched it quite a few years. Dick Rasick from Cool Tools was his car at one time. Anyway, this file is included with the car. We'll cover more at spudsgarage.com. We know this car's history, and boy, it's a special car. Appreciate you visiting this part of the video. Don't forget to go to spudsgarage.com, where you'll find plenty more. Take a look at the undercarriage here. Very nice. The floor pans are shiny on the car. It has a custom exhaust that was put in by Dick Rasick. Kirker exhaust. Ford 9-inch rear differential. You notice they put a drain on the housing there. Chrome ladder bar style wishbones on it that Dick Magoo built. Magoo. It's a beautiful car. This car drives very nicely. It is on a 32 Ford chassis. We'll go over that in the walk around portion of the video, or we already have. Ford 9-inch. This car has a neat, wicked sound. You've already heard it in the video. There you can see the floor pan right there. Very nice. There's the ladder bar wishbone style. There's the Kirker long tube headers. This is all Henry steel car. Drop front axle that it was originally built with. It was updated to front disc brakes on it in the early 90s. We'll talk about that. Braided brake lines there. Typical little chin mark right there. Get a little bump going in the driveway just right. They are low. There's a jump point for battery. Beautiful day here in Havasu. This car is very nice. 4-bar in the front, dropped axle. It's amazing the paint on this car, how well it's survived over the years. Dick knew how to put together cars. All right, there's the undercarriage for you.